spread some food around.
Alright, so what's on the menu for our animals?
Well, we have a little bit of everything. Some chopped up bait fish, also some calamari, the local squid, which the sharks particularly enjoy. I also have a bucket of krill that my dive buddy, James, who's up top at the end of this umbilical cord here. James, you up there?
Yeah, I sure am. Farley, how are you doing down there?
Doing well. I always realize all the fish are very hungry today. You think you can help me out upstairs?
Sure. So I'm going to broadcast feed this krill on top of the surface. The schooling fish should come up, take a bite, and also look at the kelp canopy for the other fish hiding in there. They'll probably come out as well.
We try to make sure we give all the fish in the exhibit an opportunity to eat at least twice a day. Because you see a lot of them don't come up towards me or around me when these larger predators and these larger fish are trying to get their meal done. So we make sure we cover the many different layers of this environment, of their habitat, and give each of them the opportunity to feed. We also do what's called target feeding, which for many of the animals and creatures that are on the back wall or hiding in different parts of the exhibit, like the monkey face eel and the bull eels, we'll actually go in and feed them as well.
So that food looks pretty tasty. What is it that you're offering our animals today?
This is the calamari, the squid we have here. We also have some clam tongue.
Yeah, you've got 4 sharks swimming around you right now. If you've got a camera, ladies and gentlemen, this is an ideal photo opportunity.
Yeah. Tag me. It's actually pretty interesting because I was in here earlier, and the water's quite cold. So the water's only about 49, 50 degrees right now. And sometimes, as the water temperature changes, their eating habits will increase or decrease. So I guess even though the water's gone down a little bit in temperature, their feeding is just increased as their metabolism is speeding up right now. It's pretty cool. Some days they'll get in here and they won't even pay me much mind, even though I have food right in front of them.
I tell you, those leopard sharks are just slurping that down. Oh, it's like, there's no waiting for how many licks it takes to get the center of that squid lollipop, is there? They're just biting right in.
Nice. Yeah, well done.
They enjoy that nice, sustainable seafood. In fact, the food that Farley's given to our animals is sustainable. Has anybody heard of our Seafood Watch program here at the aquarium? Oh, quite a few of you. So we give our animals food that comes from the good side of our Seafood Watch card, and this is a little tool that we've put together to offer recommendations regarding seafood, and it's so we can avoid fish populations that have been over-harvested or caught in ways that harms the environment. So we feed our animals on the green side, which is a good side. The yellow is a good alternative, but the red side of the Seafood Watch card lists the seafood that we recommend you avoid, give them a chance to recover. Now, I do have some of the West Coast and sushi guides of the Seafood Watch card if you'd like one after the program today. Farley usually carries one so he can show that menu to the fish.
I do, actually. I have one here that's stashed in my bucket. I also have one on my iPhone. You guys can actually download an app. And for those of you, how many people here haven't heard of this thing called the internet? A couple people?
All right, the same people who brush their teeth this morning. I've heard of
You guys are paying attention. So it's a series, for those of you that are unfamiliar, it's a series of tubes, information moves through it. We have what's called a website, and you can actually go to the website and actually go to the Seafood Watch card, or the Seafood Watch program, and find out why each of these fish or animals are on different programs or on different colors of our list. Because obviously we don't want to just give you a list and say, hey, follow this. We want to give you an opportunity to read and understand what the reason is, why it's in the red, why it's in the yellow, and why it's in the green, so that you can make an educated decision with your pocketbook and also share that with your friends. It's all about your life and making the right decision for you.
Then you've still got 3 leopard sharks swirling around your feet, so I think that they're acting like the water's a lot warmer. You said it's about 49 or 50, but they seem to have quite an appetite today.
Well, here's the interesting thing. How many people here have actually been to a feeding show before?
Anybody been to the feeding show before?
Okay, so maybe you've seen it, and I'm encouraging you to come back because you see the sharks are really active, but the other fish aren't as active, right? So it sort of highlights that each of them, their metabolism runs differently and changes differently. So something's going on that's affecting the sharks more than the other fish. The other fish are pretty mellow right now. I think it is Shark Week.
The sharks are making up for it, though. This is turned into just a shark feeding show.
Yeah.
Now, Farley, since you are wearing the microphone today, are you willing to answer some questions from the audience?
I will if I can ask the first question.
Sure, you can ask the first
My
question.
first question is, are there any marine biologists in the room?
Any marine biologists in the room today?
No?
Nope.
Okay, you guys can ask me whatever you want. I'll protect you.
All right, so does anybody have a question for Farley about our animals, the exhibits, or what it's like to die here? Yes? Did the leopard sharks bite?
That's a really great question. So they've got little tiny teeth. You see that when they're cruising along, they're sort of blind in where they're eating. They do bite, but they can't do any damage to me because their teeth are so small and they're all grinders, right? The other thing I notice they're calling out regarding the leopard sharks when they're feeding, and any other shark for that matter, they don't have anything to grab with, so many times when they're trying to figure out what it is, they'll use their mouth or their teeth to sort of test what it is. But thankfully, no, I'm not at any risk of being bitten by these sharks.
Good thing, since you got one right at your head.
Yeah.
All right, who else has a question for Farley about what we do here? Yes? I've got a very sharp-eyed guest who asks, do we have some egg cases in this exhibit?
Wow, that's a really great question. So, you're referring to the egg casings of some of the, probably swell sharks egg casings? Actually, we found a viable one this morning as well. We do. So this is the cool thing about this exhibit. It's been here. There are actually some fish that have been on this exhibit since before it opened. And with having a successful environment, we have a lot of animals that actually reproduce within the exhibit. In this case, cotton sharks, who are laying eggs, viable eggs in this environment, which is pretty cool. So yes, we do.
So yes, we've got some swell shark egg cases. If you get a chance after the program to come closer, I see at least 2 of them on one of the boards right here on the front rock. I'd be happy to show it to anybody if you're interested. So, Farley, I just want to mention that I just saw the sheephead do a drive-by. It looks like it's moved to the extreme left. Did anybody see that kind of Halloween-colored fish, the black, white, and orange one? I'm going to try to let Farley know if it comes closer because, well, that one likes to be a little bit assertive during feeding.
That one, yeah. So if you're asking about the sharks biting me, I'm not worried about the sharks. The sheephead is actually the one animal in this exhibit I have to keep an eye on because we got these big buck teeth that are very well known for rooting out clams and shells, or crabs as well, and actually breaking them up in their teeth. So obviously if you're strong enough to break up a clam shell, you're going to actually do a little bit of damage to me, and I've been caught more than once facing the wrong direction with food by hand.
I'll let you know if that sheephead decides to make another appearance.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's a team effort.
All right, so does anybody else have a question? Yes. Yell out your question so I can hear you. Use your outdoor voice. Do the fish eat other fish in this exhibit?
Oh, wow, these are really some very good questions. Well, do the fish eat other fish in the exhibit? We try not to put fish who naturally prey on each other in the same exhibit. Now that said, you will find that some of the schooling fish, some of the sardines and anchovies, the large school do get smaller and smaller. Well, that's just because some of the sharks, some of the other fish will at times just chase them down. But for the most part, we try to keep them well fed, we try to keep all the fish happy, and obviously don't put other animals in here who would want to rip them apart. For example, one animal you may have heard is not in here is the otter. The otter would have a field day in this place.